And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, Tom Vasel here, and today we're taking a look at an expansion for Arcadia Quest called Arcadia Quest Pets. Now, Arcadia Quest Pets was announced as a stretch goal for the Arcadia Quest Inferno game. And Arcadia Quest Inferno I had heard about, and I was like, oh, so this is a new thing for Arcadia Quest Inferno? No, actually, this expansion works with any Arcadia Quest. So if you have a chance to get this, this is not a standalone game, but it works with Arcadia Quest Inferno or the original Arcadia Quest. What does this do? It's called Pets. It gives you a pet. Well, that's kind of cute, right? Well, let's see. Here's what it is. So we have here a Pets campaign book, which gives you the rules of how to use pets, but it has a campaign in it. Now, unlike the campaigns in Arcadia Quest or Arcadia Quest Inferno, which have branching paths possibly, this one's very linear. There are 6 steps to the campaign. And each campaign, so like this is scenario 5, each one has 2 maps that are in it. They're pretty much functionally identical, but one is to be used with Arcadia Quest, the other is to be used with Arcadia Quest Inferno. So you have 2, it's a nice way to show what tiles and what monsters, because the monsters will change from one to the other. And in fact, if you want to add pets to any of the old scenarios, the rulebook has, here's how to use them in Arcadia Quest, here's how to use them with Inferno, here's how to use them with Beyond the Grave. So you can add these things, and of course you got your score sheet and all that jazz. So this comes with basically a full campaign. It also comes with 3 new boards that fit in this campaign that kind of have wildlife stuff on them. And one side of the board is to be used with Arcadia Quest, the other side is to be used with Arcadia Quest Inferno. And so like, oh, look at that pretty garden, now it's burning. Okay, and here's a nice farm of the demons type stuff. So you have these, and it fits with either set, which is a really nice touch. Okay, so pets is why you're here, right? Each player gets a pet board, which you'll just put next to your board with your characters on it. So you have room for your pets here. The game comes with 12 new pets. And this is where everyone's going to go aw and cute and stuff. They're little small pets. They're green when they're unpainted. Each of these, there's different various pets. The game also comes with the small plastic things to fit on the pets. So you're going to have these different pets. Each player is going to start a campaign with 1 pet, but you will possibly get other pets as time goes by. Now, when you get a pet, it's going to start at level 1. So before we go any farther, we're going to look at the different pets that are included in this game. So here we have a Wolfie pet. We have Puff the dragon pet, lives by the sea, I think. Tickles the ferret pet. Newton the chameleon pet. Barnaby the monkey poo-flinging pet. Moonpie, who escaped from the horrible My Little Pony. Sheldon the turtle pet. Talon, a little dinosaur pet. Roar the lion pet, Ace the dog pet, Bumble the panda pet, and Meow the kitten pet. Now, how do pets work? A pet, when you are playing in the game, so let's say your pet is on a spot and maybe there's monsters and things, a pet does not take up a space. So a pet can move to a space that is quote-unquote full. There might be 2 creatures there. The pet can move in there. Pets don't take up space. In fact, pets don't ever actually attack. Instead, pets are going to do special abilities if they're close to their owners. Who's a pet's owner? Well, everyone on your team. So when a pet is close to someone else, they will give some sort of benefit. So for example, we'll take a look here at Meow. Close owners to Meow, if you're close to Meow, you get a reroll of 2. While Bumble here, enemy heroes have to take a wound to attack a close owner. Ace here, whenever he moves, you can move an exploration token, so he can pick up a token and move with him. Really, he's the only person who can do that. Most pets, they can move 3 spaces on their turn. You move your hero, and before or after you move your hero and do actions with your hero, you can move a pet up to 3 spaces, but pets can't attack, they can't interact with devices. Basically, they can move. They can go through portals and stuff. They can open doors even, but that's essentially it. Pets can't attack, but they can be attacked. So you'll notice here that Bumble has 2 life and 1 defense, so does Meow. And so if you want to take someone else's pet out, you can. You don't really get a reward for doing it, but the pet might be really annoying you. You might be tired of the fact that Meow gives 2 rerolls, or that Sheldon gives the person 2 defense dice, or that Barnaby enemies roll -2 defense dice against owners, or the Tickles where you get fewer rerolls when you are playing when he's near you. So you can attack the pets and get rid of them, and when you rest, your pet comes back to life where you're at. Now, pets can also be upgraded between rounds. So for example, Meow here is level 1. For 3 coins, you can upgrade to a level 2. So Meow, for example, what's the difference here? Simply 1 more hit point. And then to level 3, which is the highest level, and now close owners will get 3 re-rolls. Bumble, for example, the panda, you have to take a wound to attack one of his owners. On level 2, he goes up a hit point, and then on level 3, you have to take 2 wounds. You'll also notice that the artwork changes. There he is, kind of a cute panda. Less cute, looks a little deranged. Not sure what that is. All right, so pets have a chance to go up and become more powerful as you use them, but you got to spend coins to level them up, and you can level them up 1 thing at a time. Now you'll notice that there's, here it says pet and favorite pet. You can have 2 pets. You're going to start with 1. You're going to get another pet because in many scenarios, pets are going to show up. They're called wild pets. And you will have to go and fight against these wild pets. A wild pet has a card just like a monster, and they will attack you even. Basically, it doesn't occupy a space, but you have to fight it. And if you, at the beginning of each scenario, you will randomly put out pets that no one's using on the board. If you defeat a pet, then you get that pet. You'll be able to add it to your board, and all the other wild pets run away. So each scenario, only 1 person can get a pet added to their roster. So once you have a pet, you're going to have to pick which one's your pet and which one's your favorite pet, because as scenarios go by, there are now new levels of cards that will be shuffled in that are for pets, like a treat here. A treat raises the pet's life by 2. Or a leash, where other enemy pets will lose their abilities. Or the pet can heal you. Or a fetching stick, where this is an attack for your character, but it works along with pets. And there's spots to put cards here, but they only work for your favorite pets. There's also rewards, where I can give the pet armor, give the pet some extra dice, or a pet whistle, which gives them extra movement points, or they can have the ability of both your pets. So that's the main focus of this set, is adding pets. But in the scenarios, you'll come across a few other monsters. The coolest one here is, of course, the gorilla, which is an abominable mix of a koala and a gorilla. But it is possibly my favorite bad guy model in any game ever. This looks really cool. And then there's the owl bunny, who is out there. And so you're going to come across that. There's also a big baddie. But there's also 2 new heroes, Green Hood and Oak. Oak, whenever he leaves an outside space, he heals a wound, which is kind of useful. And she doesn't trigger guard reactions from flanked monsters. So that's kind of cool. Neither one of these is like an amazing hero, although they look cool. But hey, there's more of those, and then the game also comes with more cards that you have to do for different missions. Kill a gorilla. It's sad to do, but someone's got to take care of it. So that's what's inside the box. Love this expansion. I loved it when I heard about it. I loved it when I played it the first time. I'm loving the scenarios as I go through them. I just like everything about it. I like the bad guys. There's a hornet creature who's really hard to hit. I forgot to show you guys that in the description. That's a new creature that's cool. And then there's the gorillas, which are neat. I love the pets, though, more than anything else. The thing is, they're not really that game-changing. They're just an extra thing to have. The pet is almost like having a extension of your hero, giving your hero a special ability. Like, this hero has +2 defense, and I can move this around, and it can be with one of my 3 heroes. And you can get both pets in the same area, and you can really help out your heroes with their special abilities. At the same time, they kind of do feel like a pet. And I think it's interesting that you can attack them, you just don't get any reward for doing so. I want there to be one. I want there to be like a pet killer, you know. I've killed many a pet in my days. But I like that killing them is something you do because they're aggravating, but at the same time, isn't worth it that much. So they're neat. I love to see what they look like painted. Mine aren't painted, but they're fine. They're running around. Having the idea of catching them is fun. It's hard to explain why I like this expansion so much because it's really not that groundbreaking. It just adds cute pets. But I think maybe that's something I've always wanted. And in this game now I have 3 heroes and I have 2 pets. And we're going through and we're working together and it just adds to the silly fun. See, Arcadia Quest was never a game that's meant to be taken too seriously. And the Pets continues down that realm. So there certainly is a level of, hey, look how cute the pets are running around, but also, oh, look what they're doing. This one's giving that lion, gives me extra dice to attack. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, it is pretty awesome. So for me, this is a must buy. You get Arcadia Quest, not only do you get the pets, you get a couple more monsters, which are neat, it's fun to have those. You get a pretty fun scenario to run through, and a couple heroes, the heroes, but more equipment too for the pets. I don't know, just a really cool thing. Love this expansion, love it. Dice Tower Judgment, yeah, I can't hit these guys, but excellent.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.